Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends on where you're at, I suppose. Anyway, welcome to RobMotive Live, the Sunday edition. Wait a minute, I gotta get that in there. I can't get everything in there. Well, that's a bummer. Anyway, I guess you get a close-up view. I hope everybody, is having a fantastic Sunday. It is, let's get the weather situation right now out of the way. You know, there's been a lot of bad weather the last couple days, to say the least. To put it mildly, a lot of tornadoes and stuff in Oklahoma, Iowa, Kansas. I mean, it's been pretty bad. So what is it here? It is 82, 4, 5 degrees, something like that. There's the lovely Tacoma sitting there. Let's take a quick look outside. Let me flip you around. You guys can see it is overcast here, but very warm. Of course, the birds are here. You can see it's kind of windy. That's what you're looking at right now in South Texas, deep South Texas. I mean, almost to Mexico, South Texas. I'm like 30 miles or minutes or something like that away. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we're dealing with here. There are supposed to be some storms. I think there have been today, actually, further north of here. But nothing down here where I am. So we hopefully won't get interrupted by power outages or lightning strikes or tornadoes or anything crazy like that. Telemark Tumulo. Good morning, Rob and team. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to everybody that's just clicking on here. By the way, I have to remind you 5,000 times during the live stream. Click that subscribe button if you haven't before. I really would appreciate it. Excuse me. A little bit of pollen in the air today, so might be hacking and coughing the whole time. I don't know. Hopefully not. So we had an announcement earlier in the week, a pricing announcement on the new Tacoma TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. I had to pick myself up off the floor. We're going to go get into that here in a minute. You know, I had said that I was kind of buying this truck, and this is a 2024 TRD Sport. I almost said Pro. It is the Sport. I was buying it kind of as an intermediary truck. How about just an in-between truck? Until I went with the hybrid version, which of course, for now, is going to be just the Pro and the Trail Hunter. But there's been a change. I am changing up what I'm doing. I'm going to let you guys know. Walter Lemus, I never get it right. Walter says, hello, Rob. I saw the new Taco 2 days ago. It looked really cool in person. It was gray. That would be that underground color, I assume. Which, by the way, was one of the choices I thought about going with before I opted for the Supersonic Red. The gorgeous Supersonic Red. I mean, check that sucker out. It's awesome. And the good thing about it, it doesn't show dirt very well. So that means I don't have to frickin' wash it often, I guess, although it's driving me nuts. It's dirty right now. Let's see. First one I've seen on the road. Did you like it? You said it looked really cool, so I'm guessing that means you liked it. Carlos Lopez says $4 signs too much. We're going to get into the pricing. My God, man. Telemark, beginning to see some 2024 Tacomas in the wild in Central Oregon. Looks like Toyota are getting past supply shortages finally. Yeah, it would appear so. I check all the time on the internet and stuff just out of curiosity to see. And I've seen inventory levels for the new Tacoma growing. I've also seen pricing falling in the form of dealer markups or adjustments. They're still adding stuff to the truck, which of course is a form of markup anyway, right? But at least you get something for it. It's not like they're just sticking an extra amount on it and saying, you got to pay us an extra $10,000 for the luxury of owning the Tacoma. I don't know. Anyway, I'm also noticing something else recently. You see, there's been a lot of detractors on the channel and other places. I see it all over the place. People saying how they don't like the new Tacoma. It's fugly, they don't want it, and they don't like the engine and the transmission, I guess. So I don't know who complained about the transmission, but they don't like the setup. Well, I'm here to tell you, some of those people have changed their minds. They are now joining the dark side. They're becoming owners of the new Toyota Tacoma. Why? Because they have gone to the dealership, they have driven them, and, excuse me, drinking the old green nectar this morning, so, you know. They have gone to the dealerships, driven the trucks, and they too have liked them. They have seen the light, man. They have driven the trucks and experienced the power of them, the comfort of them, the technology of them. I mean, what's bad about the truck? I don't know. People's fear. It's about fear. And that's what the other manufacturers are trying to feed on, right? They want you to feed on it. They're trying to put out there that the new Tacoma is going to suck. No quality, underpowered. It's a 4-cylinder turbo. We have a 6-cylinder, the Nissan Frontier. I mean, come on, it's a Frontier. Have you gotten in a Frontier lately? They look like they're about 20 years old on the inside. Very dated, in my opinion. And even now, after this new Tacoma has come out, they look dated on the outside too. By the way, speaking of dating, if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. Helps the channel, helps me, show me some love. If you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate it. And a thumbs up would be nice too. So anyway, I've seen a lot of people out there who are converting. Those that were vehemently against the new Tacoma. I'm not buying that Tacoma. It's a 4-cylinder. It isn't going to last. And then what do I see? I get a comment. Well, I bought the new Tacoma. And I'm like, so all that talk and chatter was just garbage, right? Anyway, I don't know. Let's get some comments. Then we're going to talk about pricing on this new Tacoma, right? Let's see. Wiley, you need to put a Buckeye sticker on it. Haha, go blue. That's not going to happen. Walter, I saw a TRD Pro is about $65,000, mind-blowing. We're going to go over the pricing in just a minute. Kevin Kasperson, it is fugly, but I'd take one. So did you buy one or what? I'm curious. Telemark, change can be difficult for some. That's all it is change. You know, you take a truck that is so endearing to those that have it, right? I mean, we Tacoma people, we are tight, and we don't want to messing around with our Tacomas, right? So as soon as they do anything, it's a horrible truck. We got to go back the way that it was. They should put a V8 in it. I mean, come on, that's not going to happen. Demon Slayer, what up? What up, Slayer? How you doing? Walter, everyone always is competing against the Taco. That's right. It's because they're number one, right? So let's get into pricing. I pulled up the pricing after I heard it had been dropped, and here's the deal. And these are base prices. We're going to talk about that. These are base prices. The TRD Sport, $47,795. What? That's what it is. The TRD Off-Road, $48,085. What? And then the Limited, the granddaddy, I guess, but not really. It's number 3. The Limited is $57,000, $57,295. Are you freaking kidding me? $57,295 for a Toyota Tacoma? Really? All right, but those aren't the real killers. I mean, they're bad enough as it is, but now let's get into the new hybrids. These new hybrids, you know, and how are they selling these hybrids? How are they marketing them? All hybrids are going to be 4-wheel drive. I don't care if it's going to be 4-wheel drive. I have a 2-wheel drive. I don't need 4-wheel drive. That's not a selling point for me. So I guess I am not their market, their target. Their target consumer is not me. Even though I obviously love the Tacoma, but I'm not the one they're looking at, right? But that's not a big deal. I mean, 4x4, 4x2, I don't care other than I'm paying for it, and I don't frickin' need it. So, the Trail Hunter, are you sitting down? $64,395. $64,000 for a Toyota Tacoma. It's a Tacoma. It's a freaking truck. I mean, it's awesome. Look at it. Look at it. Is that $64,000? Well, hell no, it's not. It's a sport. It's a TRD. It's not a hybrid. It's $47,795. Let's just round up. I hate giving all these extra numbers. $48,000 for that truck. I didn't pay that much, but that's what they cost. No, I didn't get it free. There's a troll on my channel that for some reason thinks I get every truck I have, every vehicle I have for free. Like the manufacturers out there are going, let's send RobMotive a truck. I mean, I'm not against it. Toyota, if you want to send me a new Trail Hunter or even a TRD Pro for free, hell, I'll take it. Who wouldn't take it? I love the people that say, I wouldn't take that truck if they gave it to me. What? Are you insane? I mean, come on, man. All right, 64,000. Round it up, 64.4. By the way, I found a dead tarantula sitting in front of my garage this morning. I about went through the roof. You see, I don't like spiders and I don't like snakes. Dead tarantula sitting right in front of my garage door. Something had gotten it. I won't go into the gory details, but I didn't know it was dead when I first saw it. All I knew is it was this big frickin' tarantula, right? The TRD Pro. We got to talk about the TRD Pro, the granddaddy, the big dog when it comes to Tacomas, right? Before I give you the price, though, you got to do me a favor. You got to do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. Show me a little bit of love. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be a meme somewhere. Love. Anyway, I digress. The TRD Pro, $65,395. What? $65,400. Are you kidding me? $65,400 for a TRD Pro? What is this like the Porsche of mid-sized trucks? Is it the Lexus? Is that what Toyota's doing? Are they going to change the name? Is it going to be called the Lexus truck? Is that what they're doing? Is that what they're aiming for? They want the Tacoma to become the upper echelon of trucks that only the super wealthy can afford. I mean, what's going to be in 5 years? Is it going to be an $80,000 truck? But those prices that I just gave you are not accurate. I'm going to tell you why in just a second, but let's get to some comments here. Let's see. Walter, Bill Schwan, Rob, what did you do to your truck after removing the air dam in the front? I don't understand what you mean. What did I do to it? I removed the air dam in the front. And then I've done a lot of other little things and other things, not so little to it. I don't know what you mean there. Nucco, Torres. Nucco. I'm trying. I apologize if I got it wrong. Too much. Mike S. Hey, Rob. Mike, how you doing there, bud? Justin Campbell. Rob, what do you think of the Viper cut? If it's done right and the cut areas are covered in weather strip, you know, that kind of squeezy stuff that you put on, molding, I guess you'd call it, I think it looks good. I don't have anything against it. Would I ever do it? Not on this truck. I mean, when you look at this truck, you have this venting and stuff over here. I mean, I don't know how you'd do that. You'd have to change out the fender flares and go with some that aren't vented like these are. I don't think it would look good on this truck. Let's see, what do you think? Rosie the Pitbull, what is your favorite Chevy truck? I don't know much about Chevy trucks, to be honest. I'm not a Chevy truck guy, so I don't really have a favorite Chevy truck. Mike S., the hybrid Tacomas are now luxury trucks with luxury prices. And isn't that what Toyota's trying to do? Turn the Toyota Tacoma into a luxury truck. But that pricing I gave you, it's not right. We're going to get to that. Walter, why are they so expensive? Do they have gold under the hood or something? Yeah, they've got catalytic converters with gold instead of platinum. But isn't platinum more? I don't know, man. Maybe they doubled up the platinum on the catalytic converters. I don't know. Telemark, for years, moaning and groaning at the fact that Toyota's too slow to change, using dated technology, not keeping up with the annual redesigns by Ford. Toyota does a redesign and heads explode. That's what it is. And that's what I think is funny. You got all these people whining and complaining about how the Tacoma is behind, it's dated, it's not keeping up, blah, 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 blah. They do an update, they turn it into this, which is awesome. They turn it into this and everybody goes freaking crazy. Like they killed it or something. I don't understand. What do you want, people? What do you want? Speaking of what do you want, I'm going to tell you what I want, what I'll ask for. And that is that you click that subscribe button. If you'd be so kind, click that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. We got 105 people in here and only 18 people like it. I don't understand it. I don't know. Bobby245 says people are switching to Nissan. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I think there is a group of probably paid people out there who are going around on forums and trying to make you think that, because it's the sheep mentality. They think if they can convince enough people to go to Nissan, that we're all just going to follow them and we're all going to buy Nissans. I think they're employees of marketing companies or Nissan themselves. That's my opinion. I don't know if it's true, but I mean, I wouldn't. Even if I couldn't afford the new Tacoma in this form, I would have kept the one that I had. I wouldn't run out and buy a new Nissan. I wouldn't. Nothing against Nissan. I mean, they're okay. You know, they're all right. But I wouldn't buy one in lieu of the Tacoma, even if I had to keep the older one that I had, which wasn't that old, by the way. Let's see. Carlos Lopez. Toyota is, in this generation, wants to define those who have money. I don't know that they want to define those that have money. I mean, what does Toyota care? All they want is your money. But they've priced it at such a level that it's really more like a higher end. And maybe they're capitalizing on the popularity of the Tacoma. They think that there's enough people out there, given that it's the #1 mid-size truck, that they can make that leap. They can now refocus the brand as more of a luxury truck to bring it above what the other mid-size trucks are, like the Nissans and the Fords and the Chevys and the micro trucks and all that. They can do this. Or, you know, there's another theory out there. Maybe they're making room for the Stout, the micro Toyota, right? Or the mini Toyota. Because now, you see, they can slip that truck in right underneath the Tacoma, right? They can price it in the, I don't know, maybe low to mid 30s. Huh? Grab another piece of the market, pad the profit line a little bit. You ever think of that? Maybe that's their plan. You know, these marketing people, they're not stupid. I mean, you don't sit there and think that Toyota employs mediocre marketing people. It's Toyota. They have the best, I'm sure. So they know what they're doing, or they at least know what they're trying to do. That's my theory. Let's see. Larry Pierce. I wouldn't take a free Tacoma because I would never drive my 2015 Tacoma, LOL. I disagree with you. I'll bet you if Toyota showed up at your door, hey, Mr. Pierce, here is your brand new Toyota Tacoma, free, and we're paying the taxes. You'd say, no, I'm not taking it. Come on, man. Come on. Tontang, yes or no, big brother? I am not your brother. Christopher Simmons, can you do a review video on your lift kit? There is a video coming. Of course there's a video coming. This is RobMotive. We talk about everything. There is a video coming. Walter says, what I want is a Corvette Z06. Corvettes are nice. I had a Corvette. It was not a Z06. I have driven the Z06. Fun car, horrible to sit in, get in and out of. You can't see anything. Great in a straight line. Great looking at it while it's sitting in your garage from the outside, but horrible to drive otherwise. But I still like them. That boys, LOLs. I want 7,000 off MSRP. Good luck. Good luck on 7,000. Unless you're buying a Tundra, you know. There's a rumor out there now going around that they're going to discontinue the Tundra because nobody's buying them, because they're having problems, right? Fires and electrical things and junk and stuff, and nobody's buying them, so they're sitting on the lots and they cost a fortune. So they're discounting them. I've heard as much as $10,000. So that's not far off if you're looking for a Tundra, right? Wilmer Rodriguez says, telling you the truth, I don't like the new Tacoma. I would buy the Tundra instead. Completely two different animals, man. I mean, you're talking about a giant, heavy, full-size truck versus a lighter, mid-size truck. I mean, I think it sounds like you're probably a full-size truck guy to begin with. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. I've lost my place, man. Mike S. Those isodynamic performance seats are nice on the TRD Pro. How do you know? To me, it looks crazy. What? I mean, do you need those going down the freeway? I don't know. Maybe if you're running across rough terrain out in the wilderness somewhere, but how do you know? Have you actually sat in one? I haven't. I mean, there's not been one around to sit in. How do you know that? By appearance, I don't know. Telemark, the local Nissan dealership just closed. No warning, just locked the doors and now an empty parking lot. Was it a Nissan dealership or was it a like a used car place? Because I find it hard that Nissan would close the dealership unless somebody in the family died and they sold the land and they're getting out of the business. But still, the franchise, that's worth money. But stranger things, right? Carlos Lopez, you will see the $65,000 to $80,000. Tom Tang, 80,000 K. Yes, right, big brother. I am not your big brother. You might be my little brother. I don't know. Jonathan James, I have a 2023 Solar Octane TRD Pro. And the only complaint is getting in and out of it. And I'm not a big guy. Do you have this problem? Is the 2024 the same way? You're going to have to be more specific. What is your problem? Why? I mean, I open the door and I get out. What is causing you issue? Jeff Schnee? I'm going with Schnee or Schnee. But it wouldn't pull my travel trailer like my 22 Taco can. How do you know? How do you know? I don't know. You'd have to try it. I don't know. Larry Pierce, okay, I would take it and sell. There you go. That's the response I was looking for, Larry. That's what I thought you'd say. 5782 Joe Rod, jealous. Wish I can get me a new Tacoma. Save your pennies or your dollars or your $100. I don't know. Charlie Brown, people are so hyper-focused on the higher trims and prices when the base model trims are priced well. They just don't come with all the bells and whistles that you want. That's true. I mean, you know, the lower end Tacomas really aren't that unreasonable. Yeah, they're a little bit more, but they're not thousands and thousands more. I mean, you could get an SR for maybe $1,000 or $2,000 more than the previous SR, and that's if you don't negotiate on it. So, you know, I agree with you, man. Hedged Hog, I buy only American products. No, you do not. There is no fully American product that I know of on the planet. You may buy products that are sold under an American name, maybe, but you do not buy all American products. They do not exist anymore anywhere in the world. Fernando Lopez, 65K for a Tacoma TRD Pro. Toyota has lost their mind, right? They're insane. Speaking of insane, you are, if you haven't subscribed yet. Please click that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And you have my thanks. And leave a quick comment down below if you're new and you're just subscribing to the channel. I would like to know that. I would like to acknowledge you. If you want me to. Some people don't want to be acknowledged, then that's okay too. You don't have to, but I still would ask that you hit that subscribe button, you know. Telemark, wrong about the Tundra. They just had their largest sales quarter in history of the Tundra. Yes, they are being discounted. The same will happen to the Tacoma in a year or two. Why do you think they're being discounted? If I'm selling a product, this is Econ 101, man. If I'm selling a product hand over fist, why in the hell would I discount it? Why would I discount it? I don't know. Ronald Neal. Hi, Rob. Does your 2024 Tacoma have a rear bumper step? No. You're talking about the one on the side of the truck. That's an option. It is handy. I had it on, oh, God, what did I have it on? The electric line Tacoma, I think. Man, I can't remember. I think I did, and it is handy, but no, I don't have that. That might be something that I'll add. I don't know. Western Ram. I bought a 2019 4Runner, scared to see what their new prices will be on the redesign. All you got to do is look at the Tundra and the Tacoma, and you know what the prices are going to be, right? Telemark says, it was a Nissan dealership gone. I'll be darned. I bet you there was a death in the family, or they decided to sell. The kids didn't want to run it. But I guarantee you the franchise has probably been sold, and you're going to see another Nissan dealer pop up, either at that same location or another location somewhere. That's what I would guess. Mike says, those seats have their own shocks, Rob. I know, and it's crazy to me. I think it's a gimmick. I already have shocks on the truck. I don't need shocks on the frickin' seats, right? But it's a personal preference thing. I mean, if you like them, that's all that matters. Because guess what? I'm not sending you a check to buy one. Clyde Sullivan. I would love Toyota to stop by my house with a free 2024 Tacoma. Couldn't turn it down. Or Toyota, must be Tacoma. Couldn't turn it down. I don't think most people would turn it down. Come on, get real. I know. And then you can sell it like Larry. Larry's going to take it and sell it. Unless Larry drives it. Then I'll bet you that 2015 Tacoma might have a problem. Carlos Lopez. I will wait a few years. If I change my 2017, which is perfect for now. That's a good plan. And if it's paid for, the number one truck that you can own is the one that you own. Every time, I gotta say. Jonathan James, more specifics. Getting in and out, my knees hit the steering wheel even with it tilted up. Yes. I have the same problem. When I get in the truck, my knee gets almost pinned between the steering wheel and the floor. I made a video today. You're a mind reader, because I made a video today and I mentioned that in the video. So yes, I have the same problem. The only way around it, which isn't a good solution, I don't think, is to lower the seat. If you lower the height of the seat, you're going to give yourself more clearance room. That, or just learn a new way to get in and out of the truck. It's just the way it is. It's not a bad thing. It's more of an annoying thing, I guess. Denelson Ortiz. Hello, I'm new and from Phoenix, Arizona. Denelson, thank you very much for being on the channel. I hope you click that subscribe button, which, by the way, I hope everybody does. But I don't know why, I keep looking at the comments. They're down here on my phone screen, even though, see, here's what I'm looking at if you want to know. This is the iPad. That's where I'm reading the comments from, because they roll too quick on the screen, on the phone screen, and I miss them. So I don't want to miss anybody. But, Denelson, welcome. Thank you for being on. Nick says, I thought that was the back of a Lambo. Laughing my arse off. What? This? You think this is the back of a Lambo? What are you talking about? Telemark, when supply meets demand, prices stabilize. When supply exceeds demand, price right now, the hype is driving demand. Oh yeah, I mean that's Econ 101, right? Tontang, 60K I'll pick, but 80K is too much. Let's talk about that a little bit more. The prices I gave you, the Trail Hunter, $64,400. The TRD Pro, $65,400, $1,000 more. Is that going to be the price? No, that's not going to be the price, because first of all, when the Pros and the Trail Hunters are available, you know, the new hybrid, they're going to add market adjustments to them. They're going to be, I think, as high as 20 grand. I think you're going to see 20 grand at first, then they're going to drop. You're going to see 15, 10, 5, and then it's going to be a little while, and then you're going to maybe see them stabilize. It depends on how many Toyota produce. I mean, if they keep them limited, you may never see an MSRP price for the Pro or the Trail Hunter. So what are you going to be looking at? You could be looking at as much as $70,000 to $80,000. If I'm right about the 20,000 mark, it'd be a little under 80, but 70-some thousand dollars for a frickin' Tacoma. Are you going to pay $70,000 for this truck? Are you going to pay 70 grand? Are you going to pay 80 grand for a Toyota Tacoma? I mean, it's a nice truck, but not for me. And I have a new philosophy for the channel, for me, when it comes to the Tacoma. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. Let's see. Nick says, I want a 90s Mercedes. It sounds amazing, straight piped. I like Mercedes, so there's nothing wrong with that. And I like a little bit of exhaust noise. Nothing wrong with that either. Carlos says, is paid off. There you go, Carlos. You've got the best freaking Tacoma you can have. There is no better Tacoma than a paid off Tacoma. And You know, it doesn't make sense to me, excuse me, to buy a new one if there's nothing wrong with your old one. Unless, of course, you're like me. I mean, you know, I buy them for a reason. But if I didn't have that reason, I'd probably have my, I don't know, 2018 Barcelona Red Tacoma sitting in here. I mean, you'd never know it because you wouldn't know me, right? Little sip of the green nectar, you know, for the throat. Oh my God, there are a few things better than the green nectar. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Let's move on. Frank says, good morning. Good morning, Frank. Thank you for being on. I hope you're a subscriber on the channel. If you're not a subscriber on the channel and you're here and there's 120 of you out there, click that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And leave a comment down below. State, new subscriber here, or subscribed, or subbed, or something. I'd like to acknowledge you. SYG, what's the Toyota resale prices looking like these days? Stable, same as they have been. I mean, you know, these people that think because the new Tacoma came out and it's a turbo 4 that all of a sudden their 6-cylinder is going to be worth 10 times what they were before, not happening. They're worth good money, but Toyota was worth good money anyway, the Tacomas. It's not like they were, you know, low priced and then all of a sudden they jump because of the new truck. That you still do well. I think you're doing maybe just a little bit better or as well as you were before, unless you try to sell it privately. By the way, thanks for all the hearts I see going up here. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Fergie, I missed you. Fergie, how could I miss you? You're in green. Why is Fergie in green? Because Fergie is a channel member. He joined the channel. I really appreciate that. There is a join button somewhere on your screen if you want to check out what that entails. But Fergie, who also has a channel, Fergie, he recently just made a change to his fleet. I'm not going to give away anything, but if you want to check him out and click the subscribe button over there. Help him out. He's a nice guy. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Been working on a new video. Right there. A fellow YouTuber. Carlos Lopez said it was paid off. Austin Wade, Toyota and all manufacturers just increasing their profit margins while being satisfied with less volume. At the end of the day, they are still coming up ahead to where they were pre-2020. Well, that's business, man. I mean, if you can raise your price, sell less trucks, you cut your manufacturing costs, but you're making more money. I mean, come on. Wouldn't you do that? If you had a business and you could make more, sell less, make more money, lower your fixed costs, why wouldn't you do that? That's a business model. And I don't know that I believe that's what they're doing, but Christopher Garacci. Morning, Rob. Did you find the 2 hidden features in your Tacoma? They are pretty neat. Chris, I have not looked. I'm usually busy editing and uploading and stuff like that. I will eventually. Trust me, I will. I may have already found what you're talking about. I don't know. Carlos Lopez says, markup. We don't like markups. We don't want markups. Get rid of the markups. Coda says, nope. BG, I'm back. I went for a family vacation. Where'd you go? And welcome back. Good to see you. Christopher, is that the new Tesla? If so, pretty nice. I've been kind of cagey about what that car is over there. I have one other channel, really. I'm going to be consolidating. It's called RobMotive Plus. That car that you saw over there will be debuting on that channel. I know you guys are smart, so I know you already know what it is, but I knew you would. You got to check that out. This car, oh my God. But anyway, Carlos Lopez says, I won't pay $80K for a Tacoma. Hell no, I won't either. I'm going to get into my changed philosophy here in a minute, or mode of going forward, I guess. Joe Pearson, I think Toyota is raising the MSRP of trucks to discount heavily like American truck manufacturers always did. They're going to have to if they don't sell. I don't know that anybody sets a price on a vehicle with the intent of discounting it. That seems counterintuitive to me, but I don't know. Fergie says, you're the best. Well, thank you, Fergie. I appreciate it. Fergie's been with me for a while now. Very supportive fella. And I try to help when I can. Other tubers out there, again, Fergie has a channel. Check him out. Not right now. Not right now. You got to stay on this live stream. But after the live stream, check out Fergie. Give him a subscribe. He's a nice guy. He's a Trekkie too, by the way. If you're into Star Trek, I like Star Trek. Devin Miller or Devon. Is it Devon or Devon? I'm betting it's Devon, but I really don't know. I'm late. Have you talked about your rim switch yet? How did that process work? I have not. I did switch out. You guys can see the tires back there, right? I mean, those are the stock ones, which are for sale. If you happen to be in the Rio Grande Valley, extreme South Texas, local pickup only, those are for sale back there, if you're interested. They're from the TRD Sport 2024. Let's see. I've lost my spot. Taco Tuesday says, happy Sunday, Rob. Taco Tuesday, happy Sunday to you. And thanks for being here. Al Bizaski. I'm going with Bizaski. I apologize if I get it wrong. I make an attempt. While the Toyota MSRP and additional MSRP and additional dealer markups, the new tacos can sit on the dealer lots and collect dust for all I care. I'll just keep my 2021 Voodoo Blue, best color for the Tacoma ever. It's TRD Sport, thank you very much. Hey, you got to do what makes you happy. Devon, no, Devin, it's Devin. Sorry, I took a guess. I thought it was Devin, but it could have been Devon. I don't know. Says Devin is correct. Thank you. I will try to remember that. I can't guarantee it, but I will certainly try. So what's my new philosophy? Let's talk about it. You know, I had talked on the channel for a while about this being an intermediary truck, that I was going to get this truck, do some stuff to it up until the hybrid version was available. I honestly did not know at the time that I decided that the hybrid was only going, this is way back, was only going to be available, at least at first, on the Pro and the Trail Hunter. But that's okay, because I like the Trail Hunter. It's an awesome looking truck, right? So I thought, all right, I can buy the Trail Hunter, no big deal. And then the pricing came out. Now, one other thing I've said on this channel is I am not gonna spend over $50,000 for a frickin' Toyota Tacoma. The value is not there for me. I'm just not gonna do it, right? Well, this new pricing comes out, and what do I see? 64.4 and 65.4. I wouldn't buy a Pro anyway, because the TRD Pro is a finished truck, in my opinion, and maybe the Trail Hunter is too. I don't know. But it's a finished truck. There's not really much, if anything, I could do to it, right? So for what I do, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to buy a finished truck, right? What am I gonna do? Pay for everything that's on it, then rip it all off? Put different stuff on it? I mean, that's stupid, right? So I have changed my path, if you will. I am not, as I have said, I'm going to be true to my word. I am not going to buy the TRD Pro, never going to buy a Pro. It's just nothing wrong with it. Great truck, just doesn't suit my needs. And I'm not buying the Trail Hunter because it's too much freaking money. It does not hold the value or have the value that I think it would have to buy that truck. I'm just not going to do it. So what does that mean? Well, two things. Number one, I believe that Toyota is going to come out with hybrids on the lower trim levels. In other words, you're going to have a TRD line that's hybrid. You're going to have, and I actually think they may completely switch. You're not going to be able to get a non-hybrid TRD version. Now, that might be a while. It might be 4, 5, 6 years. Who knows? But I think that's the way it's going. So, assuming pricing was more in line or below 50 grand, I would be interested in a hybrid, let's say TRD Sport, TRD Off-Road, maybe even an SR5. I don't have a problem potentially with an SR5 either, right? So that's what I'm doing. We're keeping this truck. I'm not trading this truck in, and I am so freaking glad that it's awesome because I don't have to. I don't have that itch. You know, I have scratched that itch. I'm keeping this truck. You're hearing me right now, so you guys can hold me to this, right? Because you know I have problems. I'm keeping this truck and we're just gonna mod the hell out of it. That's what we're gonna do. I've already lifted it. I've changed the wheels and tires. I've done some other things, some things that you can't see. And we're gonna continue on. We're gonna turn this into, I don't know what yet. We're gonna see. Maybe a pre-runner type truck. I mean, it is two-wheel drive, right? I've told you that before, it is two-wheel drive. So maybe we'll go with more of a Baja pre-runner type truck, right? I think that's the way I'd like to go. It really suits me more anyway, right? I mean, I like acceleration, off the line, you know? So maybe that's a better way to go. I don't know. We shall see. By the way, if you're just clicking on, I'm going to ask you a question in a minute. I'm going to ask you a different question, but have you subscribed? If you've not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what's wrong with you. You might need some kind of help. I don't know. But anyway, in all seriousness, click that subscribe button if you would. I don't know where it is. Click that subscribe button if you would. Really helps me out, shows me a little bit of love. I really would appreciate it. Let's catch up on some comments. I have a question I want to ask you guys. I want to know what you call this. What do you call this? Anybody know? Just saying. Let's see. Devin, I read, happy Sunday. Devin is correct. How long will you have your taco, Rob? You're like a mind reader. I hadn't even gotten to the comment. You're already asking me the question, and I just answered it. Indefinitely. Indefinitely. BG says, how much do you think will be the taco prices or the Toyota prices next year? I think they'll go up $500 to $1,000. All depends on sales this year, right? Fergie, going out on a limb here, the new blue car is not an Altima. No, this car is not an Altima, but it's freaking awesome. Awesome car. Acceleration rules. I agree 100%. Toyota offering 2.5% financing on the Tundra. Yeah, they're trying to move them because they're not moving. Why do you think they do these things? Because they're selling like hotcakes? Hell no. Even though I know they had a great year with the Tundra last year, but that's last year. We're in this year. Let's see. Napa Gamer. Glad I got a 23 third gen. Took me a while to find a 6-speed, but it was worth the search and wait. So you're talking about a 6-speed manual, I assume. What do you think of that manual as compared to other manuals you've driven? And if you drive a manual, I know you've driven other manuals, right? Elizardo says, I like the strategy pre-runner and hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Elizardo. I appreciate it. Mike S says, a pre-runner sounds great. That's the direction I'm going to go. Because, you know, if you look at yourself, I mean, I love the off-road community, the off-road setups that people have done. I really do. But you got to be honest with yourself. You know, I don't have anywhere to go off-roading. I could easily get into off-roading if I had dirt to off-road on. There isn't anything around me. I would have to drive to go off-roading, right? So it doesn't make any sense. It's time to look inward and see what you really are. And what am I? I'm an acceleration junkie. It's what I like. It's why I put the pedal commander on this truck. That's right, I put it on. What does the pedal commander do to this truck? This truck's pretty quick to begin with. It refines the acceleration. You have to experience it to know what that means. Is it worth it? Hell yes, it's worth it. It's awesome. Anyway, I made a video about that. We're not going to get into that. Although there is a discount code at pedalcommander.com. It's 30 bucks off. The code is RobMotive1, the number 1. Just letting you guys know, in case you're interested. Let's see. Mike S says a pre-runner sounds great. Acceleration rules is making a guess. Gear wrench. No, that is not the term I was thinking of. I mean, you're right, but that's not the term I'm thinking of. BG says, I call that a trench. No. True Flat says gear wrench. Again, not saying you're wrong. Joel Munoz, ratcheting combination wrench. That's probably the more technical name. I mean, it does ratchet. One of the greatest things ever made. I mean, putting a ratchet on the end of this wrench, Who did that? Brilliant idea, but that's not what I'm thinking of. It's not the name. We got to go old school for the name I'm thinking of. I'll bet you Wee Fergie knows this. We shall see. Dr. Romeo Confidential. Interesting name. I had a taco I bought new, hated it. It was useless to do truck things. It was probably useless to do the things that you wanted to do with it. Truck things for me, throw junk in the back, move it from A to B, unload. That's a truck thing. Sounds like you bought the wrong truck. I mean, I don't know. Wee Fergie says, heard it called a speed wrench or a ratcheting wrench. No, Fergie, you disappoint me. What do they call it? Forget that it has a ratchet in it. Forget about that. Forget it. Unless I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Joe Pearson, TRD Sport Hybrid, iForce Max, double cab, blah, 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 46,000. What? TRD Sport, Hybrid iForce Max, double cab, 4x4, 46.3 MSRP, IRSS then. I don't know what you're saying. Elizardo, when we getting the scoop on the blue automobile? Soon. It's going to be releasing on my other channel. I've gone down to 2 channels, by the way. It's called RobMotive Plus. It's going to be a combination of Jeeps and that vehicle. And one or the other may take over the channel, depending on how it does. I don't know. I've never, ever had one of these before. It's brand new to me. I will announce it more formally on this channel, probably on a live stream, once it breaks on that other channel. But if you're not subscribed there, first of all, click the subscribe button here. I mean, come on. But if you're not subscribed to RobMotive Plus, hit that channel up and click the notification bell so that you'll know when it comes out. You know, I make videos in advance, so there's a few videos coming before that video, but it's coming. It's coming. Way too high int. Put a twin turbo in it. A twin turbo would be nice. SYG says 17 millimeter. You have a good eye. It is a 17 millimeter, but that is not the name I'm looking. Nobody knows. Come on. Telemark says spanner. No, that's an English name for the wrench, isn't it? Like European name. Clyde Sullivan says, hey Rob, going to be looking for the new tires for my 2020 Tacoma. Could you remind me of the brand you recommend for the 3rd gen? Thanks, buddy. Thumbs up, people. Help Rob out. Yes, help me out. Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws. Cannot lose with those. Love them. Those are the ones that I have. Those are the ones that are on my truck now. Walter, would you ever buy a TRX? I'm not actively seeking one out. Probably not. Too much money. Elizardo says open box wrench. Oh, that's another name, but that's not the name I'm thinking of. Does nobody know this? Am I that old? Do I have it wrong? I'm going to have to look it up. You know what? I got to Google this on my own phone here, my other phone. That's right. You got to have multiple phones when you're a YouTuber. I don't know why. Spend money, I guess. I'm going to look it up just to make sure I know. And I'll admit to you, there's the name. What's it look like? I'm wrong. Hold on. We got to get a different wrench. You guys that guessed this one, you're all right. I'm giving it to you. I was so wrong. What an idiot. Hold on. I'm going to get the other wrench. I'm sorry, Fergie. I can't tell you didn't know when I don't know. I have a different wrench. This is the wrench I was thinking of. What a fool. This is the wrench I was thinking of. What is this wrench called? It's got writing on it. Oh, no, it doesn't. What is this wrench called? That's what I was trying to think of. Duh. Sorry. I apologize. Acceleration Rule says monkey wrench. Haven't heard that term in a while. Where was I? I've lost my spot, man. Paul Harris, open-ended or closed-ended wrench. You're right. I had the wrong wrench. This is the wrench I was thinking of. I'm so sorry. Wow. True Flat says, I have all those wrenches. I'm a body guy. I call them magic. They are magic, aren't they? Eric Ortiz, end wrench, box end wrench. I'm sure you're right. Wee Fergie says, is there a prize for guessing correctly? Yes, my admiration. That's my prize. By the way, you want my admiration? Click the subscribe button. You're probably sick of me saying that, those that have been on the whole time. But I know you have to keep reminding people, and there are new people coming in and out, so click that subscribe button if you would. Really helps me out, shows me a little bit of love. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I would appreciate it if you did. Let's move on. I see some guesses. Napa Gamer, the 6B taco is a bit of a unicorn, I found too. I get offers all the time for it with less than 10,000 miles on it. Wow. That's awesome. But what do you think of the transmission? That's what I know. It's a unicorn. I had one. I built a 2020 Tacoma manual transmission. Here we go. Here's the the guesses. Dill's Place. Yes, Telemark, I skipped you for a reason. Dill's Place says adjustable. Well, it is adjustable. I mean, I know some people call it that. That's not the name I'm thinking of. We're going to go back to Telemark, who is the first one to get the name right. The one I was thinking of to begin with that I was wrong about, crescent wrench. It is a crescent wrench. That's the name I was thinking of. Crescent wrench. And I was wrong on the other one myself. Let's see. Now, the people that got it right, True Flat, Crescent, Taco Tuesday, Crescent Wrench, yes. Fergie says the common brand name is Crescent Wrench. Fergie, I knew you would know. It's just I was showing you the wrong frickin' wrench. Paperboy, Crescent, Jonathan James, anything with a handle on it is called work. I call this pleasure. This is not work. This is pleasure. It is what I have chosen to do, and it's very, very pleasurable for me. Doesn't mean it isn't frustrating once in a while, of course. Chabacano rod, crescent wrench. Yes, crescent wrench. Walter, I subscribed to you about 4 years ago. I know Walter, and I really appreciate you still being a part of the channel. You are one of the oldest, not in years, I mean age. I don't know what I mean, but you've been on for a long time. I appreciate it. Clyde says crescent wrench. Window T says crescent. Yes, yes, yes. Telemark says your first wrench I used to call open end or box end. I think that's the accepted name, actually. Excuse me. It's that Mountain Dew, baby. Lozardo says crescent. Damn gnats. I hate gnats. Yes, crescent. Telemark says, I already read that. Napa Gamer says, go back up in the comments for my review. Go back up in the comments for my review. I don't know what that means. The Guzzler says, monkey wrench. Yeah. Some people call them that. Some people call them enforcers. You know, if you got a bigger one, this is what is this sucker? This is a 10-inch. You know, get like a 15-inch or something, they become the enforcer, if you know what I'm saying. And they can't call it a weapon because you use them to take off nuts. John Tongue Cruz, that's your pleasure toy. Well, it is when I'm out in the garage working. I mean, I do derive pleasure from wrenching or crescenting. Nobody ever calls it that, right? Let's go crescent. Where'd that ever come from? Why is it a crescent wrench anyway? Is that just a brand name? I mean, this is a Craftsman. Remember Craftsman? Now they're owned, I think they're owned by Lowe's. Am I right? Lowe's is selling Craftsman stuff. I don't know if Sears still owns it. I don't even know if Sears still exists anymore. But anyway, Paperboy is laughing like a madman, baby. Anyway, that's it. I have reached the end of what I wanted to say today. The comments have just stopped, so you guys are done with me, I guess. I do have to ask you a favor. You know what it is. On your way out, if you haven't before, click that subscribe button. I really, really would appreciate it. As usual, I appreciate all you guys joining me, guys and gals. And we'll see you on the next live stream, which at this point, I think is going to be Wednesday. But you never know when I might pop up. That's why you got to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Bye.